Hi, this is Ayana Gregory, and you are watching In the Community.
This is Naj, and you're watching In the Community TV.
So much with that. Let's talk about y'all guys, all right? You don't know how much, maybe you do know how much y'all meant to people like me. Men who took the privilege of seeing sisters out there singing without their instruments. You know what I'm saying? Singing powerful words. Some brothers talking about slave songs, but good songs. It meant a lot to people like me. It motivated me. Do you ever think about the influence that y'all gave to men?
Wonder about it. I mean, I think we do wonder about it. I mean, we know the people that love us and the people that support us, and husbands, fathers, brothers, cousins, all of them, they support us and have always been there for Sweet Honey. But when we look out in our audiences, sometimes, it's like, where are the brothers? The brothers are there, but they're coming with their ladies. Somebody dragged them to the show, and they're like, I can't believe I never knew about you all, because they have another concept about who they think we are. It does mean a lot to know who it is, and that they are with us.
How much writing did you think that was given to the men? Was it normally geared to when?
One sex or the other?
Yes.
No.
Well, when it first started, and she was there,
Right.
It was men and women, because it started as part of the DC Black Repertory Theater Company.
Right.
And
There were men in the group.
There were men in the group. And but then they stopped coming to the rehearsals. Not only the men, but a lot of the women stopped coming too. And then there were only 4 women, and they sounded good, and that was the group.
Yeah, that sounded great.
I think men are just a little shyer to come to events that seem, because it's all women who are performing.
Right.
I think men are a little bit shy to come by themselves to that kind of event. I'm not sure why that is. But I think once they understand who we are and what we sing about, and once they're touched by the music, it's all over.
So let's go back to that. Let's give a little bit of history. All right. Let's take us back to the beginning. All right. To the conception of Sweet Honey Rock. Like you said, there was men. All right. And y'all was founded in DC.
Right at the DC Black Repertory Theater Company, which was the last colony theater at Georgia and Farragut Northwest. And that's where we had our theater company, and some of the people in the theater company wanted to have a singing group based on the material we were learning. That Bernice Johnson Reagon was our vocal director. So all the music we were using in these shows, all of the theater pieces, we were like, we are really this, and we really need to have a group. So there was a guy, his name was Lee Tari, and his sister Louise Robinson, who is now back with the group. And they were encouraging Bernice, let us have a rehearsal, let's do this, let's do it. And ultimately, the sound, Bernice always wanted to have a more expansive sound, from very high soprano to basses. So when the men and the other women, people just dropped out of the rehearsal process. We said, well, the 4 of us hit the stage and everything was good, and we just kept moving, forward that way. It happened that way.
I think men will go to see the commercial groups, the more commercial groups. They'll go see LaBelle, they'll go see, but I think that there's a difference when, there's some other stuff going on.
I think Sweet Honey exerts a lot of personal power.
Stranger here, stranger there, stranger everywhere, stranger I'm a stranger here, I'm a stranger everywhere. My love, I would go home, but I'm a stranger there. I'd rather trade money water, I'd rather sleep on the high.
And it's not so much, for me, it's not woman power, it's not feminist power, it's not booty power, it's none of that, but it's just power.
It was like a culture that some of people didn't have at first. And I think what y'all guys did was waking them up.
To sing music that uplifts everybody.
Sounded amazing as a theater company.
Yeah.
The sounds and the voices, and we made, we could be the forest, we could be animals, we could be in the church. We were way back in Africa. We just did, we did poetry, spoken word, we danced when we did our poetry. It was all experimental theater, and Mamu and, Clay Goss and all these people,
And we do name issues, and sometimes when we're not really on the mark, it's there. And I think that people who come to our concerts come to learn, to identify with some of the issues that we're singing about. Sometimes some things inside of them get triggered, and that's not a bad thing, But I think you have to own it.
What's key about Sweet Honey in the Rock is that at a Sweet Honey in the Rock musical experience, everybody, I believe in my heart that everybody gets something.
Right.
They're
Absolutely.
touched and they don't know why they're touched. They're mad at us, but they don't know why they're mad, because it has more to do with them than it has to do with we're just opening the eyes, opening the chakras, opening the spirit to be able to hear and understand, interpret, and reevaluate where you stand as a human.
I think also that sometimes, because we are a political group, we sing about a lot of different issues. I think sometimes men anticipate that they're going to get beat up. And that's really not what we're about. That's not what we're about. Now, we might sing a song about domestic violence. If that's your song, then you need to own it. If that's not your song, then the responsibility is that you go talk to somebody else and say, is that your song? Because you need to stop that.
It's really more the men, I think, for that situation.
Exactly.
Men have to really address that within their own community, the way African Americans address certain things in their community.
Hi, this is Ayana Gregory, and you are watching In the Community.